Referee Earl Hebner patting both these superstars down. The World Wrestling Federation Championship is on the line. Sycho Sid, the champion, looks down on his opponent, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Without a doubt, Sid having the size advantage. And Sid pushed Michaels back, but Michaels just gets right back up and gets right back in the face. And again gets dropped down, but right back up to his feet. I don't think there's a smile on Michaels' face after that clubbing shot to the midsection. And follows up with another one is Sid. But that quickness of Shawn Michaels allows a crossbody. Now Michaels just banging the back of the head of Sid, bouncing off the mat. What a boot to Sid. And the Heartbreak Kid sends Sid outside of the ring. And now Michaels finds himself in control. And I think it would be wise to grab Sid and bring him back in the ring. Take advantage of how long he's been down. Michaels trying to hold back Earl Hebner, preventing him from making that full 10 count. Michaels cannot win the championship back by countout, nor disqualification. So there is that champion's advantage in this match. And Michaels sending Sid into that steel guardrail. Sid counter, sending Michaels spine first into the barricade. And Michaels raked the eye of Sid, who had Michaels high above his head. And now Shawn Michaels looking to climb up to the top turnbuckle. Gets caught. And counter with a power slam by Sid. And Sycho Sid countered Michaels off the top with that power slam. And now looking for that submission. And Michaels may have no choice but to submit here. How embarrassing would it be? How heartbreaking would it be for the Heartbreak Kid if he tapped out in his hometown of San Antonio, Texas? And all that weight of Sycho Sid crashes down on the lower back of Michaels. And now Sid goes right back on the attack. And you can see Jose Lothario has a front row seat to watch this thing closely. And again, right on the back of Michaels. The more he breaks down that back of Michaels, the more he takes away that quickness. Sid's advantage is having the size and the power. Michaels' advantage over Sid is that quickness, the speed comparison. But when you take that quickness away from Michaels, it's going to be easy pickings for Sid. And Michaels trying to fight his way back up to his feet. Went to sit down on Michaels again, but Michaels able to break free. And you saw Michaels is starting to move a little bit slower, holding onto that lower back. The damage has been done. Michaels gets the boot up to Sid right at the chin of the World Wrestling Federation champion. Counters Michaels. But Michaels' spine hit that top turnbuckle. That's that lower back that Sid has been working on since the get-go of this match here at the Royal Rumble. And if there's one thing we know about the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, is he puts the heart in Heartbreak Kid. Michaels can endure so much pain. He will fight with all of his heart. And Michaels gets driven spine first into the steel ring post. And again, Sid sends Michaels into the ring post. And pulls the leg back for the cover. Michaels able to get that shoulder up at 2. And forearm from Sid into the spine of Michaels. And this chin lock locked in deep. And Sid staying with the basics. He's not the most technically sound inside the squared circle, but he does provide a lot of power. And that's what has led him to reaching the top of the mountain of the World Wrestling Federation. But can he stay there? And meanwhile, Michaels almost got decapitated by that brutal clothesline from Sycho Sid. Sid taunting the crowd here in San Antonio. Meanwhile, he goes for another cover and only enough for a 2 count. Michaels sent into the corner. Hear the sound of that. Oh, the sound of Michaels bouncing off those turnbuckles. And again, and now Michaels caught in a bear hug. And those meaty arms of Sycho Sid wrap around Shawn Michaels, pushing the power of his fists into the lower back of the Heartbreak Kid. The more damage done to the lower back, it makes it harder for you to stand on your own 2 feet. It does damage to the legs, and therefore slowing down your opponent. And that's exactly what Sid wanted. Sid knows he's not as quick as Shawn Michaels, but he does have a lot of power. And it's almost like trying to swat a fly. At least in Sid's case, you're trying to contain something that is much quicker than you. It's almost like trying to find your tranquilizer. And finally, Michaels able to break free. And the parents of the Heartbreak Kid watching out in the crowd, looking a little bit concerned. And Sid, 6'9", 313 pounds. And he's used every bit of it to unleash fury on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Michaels has had a rough time finding any bit of momentum in this title bout. Starting to squeeze under. Michaels with the inverted atomic drop. Boom, what a shot off the middle turnbuckle. That right to Sid. It seems that Michaels is trying to turn things around, but instead, the second time, Michaels just gets caught in midair. Now he's being ragdolled. Just the lifeless body of Michaels being shaken around as he starts to fade away at this bear hug by Sycho Sid. How much more can the Heartbreak Kid endure? We might be watching the end of the Heartbreak Kid in front of his very hometown, where his friends and family are watching closely. And that leg drop, will it be enough? And Michaels just barely able to get that shoulder up. And Sid going right back to work on the Heartbreak Kid. Michaels trying to fight free. And he's starting to fight. Sid scooping up Shawn. And now fighting back. Here we go. Scoop slam takes down Sid. Michaels able to find the wherewithal. An extra shot of adrenaline. Remembering what he's fighting for, who he's fighting for. In front of his family. Looking to regain the World Wrestling Federation Championship. There would be no better feeling than to win the title in your hometown. And the elbow drop off the top from Michaels. And Michaels now tuning up the band. Michaels went for a sweet chin music but gets blocked by Sycho Sid. Spun around. Michaels ducked and dumped to the floor by Sid. And it seemed that Michaels had something flowing there. But Sid, that power of Sid just stopping any bit of momentum that Michaels has gotten. Oh no. Oh no. This is not going to be good. Power bomb on the floor. And you can hear Earl Hebner telling Sid to get back in. Sid had both Lotharios. And Michaels, he had let go Michaels to focus on the Lotharios for a second, which gave Michaels a bit of time. They had that little bit of distraction. But Michaels sent into the referee. And Sid slams Michaels into the mat, but there's no referee. The referee's been knocked down. Sid might have just won this match, but now there's another ref. Oh. And kicking out. Michaels just barely able to kick out. And now clubbing shots from Sid. And he just struck the official, the second official. I don't know how wise that was. That's going to be a pretty fine coming out of Sid's paycheck, that's for sure. Michaels with the camera. Michaels has the camera. Right in the back. And Michaels just nailed Sid with the camera. But there's no ref to count. Michaels is knocked out like a light. Meanwhile, Earl Hebner crawling to make the count. Oh! But Sid Vicious, Sycho Sid, able to get that shoulder up. And Sid was able to get that shoulder up. But he definitely just received all of that sweet chin music and sweet, sweet victory for Shawn Michaels as he regains the World Wrestling Federation Championship in his hometown. With a little bit of help from Los Lotharios and a camera, Shawn Michaels can once again call himself WWF Champion. And Michaels' family got a close watch on this. Michaels celebrating with that beautiful Winged Eagle Championship. Earl Hebner, who raised Michaels' hand high, knowing he hadn't won, the Heartbreak Kid once again at the very top of the mountain here in the World Wrestling Federation.